it away, and we are underway. Georgia and Georgia Tech as Samuel scoots over to the near side to take it on the 2. Straight ahead to the 15 to the 20. Breaks the tackle at the 25. Stumbles forward and falls to the 34-yard line. A nice return by Richard Samuel. 33 yards on the return, and Georgia has it 1st and 10 right there on their own 34.
Richard Samuel close to just breaking that one loose. Got through the last real big wave of Georgia Tech defenders there. Tried to keep his balance by putting his arm on the ground or his hand on the ground, but just got tripped up. But a good start for the Georgia Bulldogs.
So the Dogs come up to the line of scrimmage. They'll start in the shotgun. 2 receivers left and 2 to the right. Noshawn Marino, the lone setback, will take the handoff, run straight up the near hash, now cuts to the near side, 40, runs over a man at the 45. That's going to be 11 yards and a first down. Make it 12 yards as they push it across the 45 to the 46. Cooper Taylor, the freshman free safety, making the tackle.
Boy, exactly the kind of start you wanted to see from this Bulldog offense. Noshawn, big hole there. Running through a couple of tackles, good physical run. Georgia Tech just came out and played quarters, so just 4 guys, 4 defensive backs straight across. Put 7 in the box there, so pretty good defense to run against.
Give Noshawn 13 on that carry. Actually, they spot the ball at the 47. Stafford throws to the near side, complete to Massaquoi, 50, 40, down the near sideline, out of bounds at the 39-yard line.
Georgia Tech again comes out and they play that quarter look. So all 4 defensive backs have got deep responsibility on that. It leaves some openings in the short flats on both sides of the field. Georgia took advantage of it. Just a quick hit outside. Another good pickup.
14 more yards on the pass play to Massaquoi. Cooper Taylor forcing Momass out of bounds on the near side. Now we'll split 2 to the left and 1 to the right. Marino's the lone setback to the right of Stafford, who stands in the shotgun. Dogs operate from the Tech 39. Pump fake. Stafford scrambles. He'll dump it right in front and dropped by Marino at the 35-yard line. Just a short little 5-yard dump pass as Stafford didn't want to cross the line of scrimmage. He didn't want to run it. He threw it off to Marino, and Noshawn, it looked like he wasn't really expecting it. It hit right off his hands and fell incomplete.
I don't think he was. Georgia Tech came with a corner blitz there. I think Matthew thought that Momass was going to pull up with a side adjustment. He kept going, forced Matthew Stafford to pull that down and run with it, and then just try to dump it off.
We go into the eye. This time, handoff to Marino. Straight ahead, big hole, 35, 30, and taking white shirts with him down to the 29-yard line. 10 yards on the carry for Noshawn Marino. That should be a first down.
Good job there by the right side of the Georgia offensive line. Finished off with Ben Jones just driving his guy about 5 or 6 yards and finally putting him on his back. The Georgia offensive line coming out with a little bit of a mean mentality so far today.
Rashad Reed, Kyle Jackson making the stop for Georgia Tech. Bulldogs 1st and 10 on the Tech 29-yard line. 3 receivers to the left side and 1 to the right. Shotgun formation. Snap to Stafford. In the pocket. He throws. Caught by Green. Inside the 10. Down to the 1-yard line. A.J. Green on a slant. Caught a bullet from Stafford, and the Dogs 1st and goal on the 1.
And the impressive part of that play was the timing of Matthew Stafford on that skinny post. He let that ball go 5 steps before we turned our head to look at catching it. Just great timing. No way anybody can defend it.
Mario Butler on the coverage, the sophomore from Jacksonville. The Dogs have it 1st and goal. Just outside the 1-yard line. Man in motion from the far side. Handed off to Marino in the eye. Marino driving towards the goal line. Did he get across? No signal yet. I think they're going to spot him inside the 1-yard line. Stafford thought the official coming in, the head linesman, he was raising one arm but not 2. He was spotting the ball, and they'll spot it on about the 1-foot line.
Well, Scott, I think Noshawn got him, but I think they blew the whistle right before he was able to push forward. I think his momentum got stopped, and they blew the whistle calling him down.
2nd and goal, inches to go for Georgia. I formation. Power formation. Sutherland, Chappis, and Chandler all in the ball game. They shift to the left side, give it to Noshawn Marino. He tries to dive over the top, but he got knocked back. Wow, he tried to go over the left side and dive over the top, but Tech just drove him back, and he did not get in.
Well, good job there by Tech defensively. diving or jumping and meeting Noshan in midair there. Really good defensive play.
Driven back by Brad Jefferson, the linebacker. Actually lost about a foot and a half on the play. It's back on the 1. So it's 3rd and goal from the 1 for the Bulldogs. Play fake to Marino. Stafford's going to roll to the near side. Throw it in the back of the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! Trip Chandler, the tight end. Along that back line of the end zone, just to the right of the goalpost. 6 for Georgia. The Dogs lead it.
Good read there by Matthew Stafford. His first read was to the fullback in the flat. He was pretty well covered. Goes immediately to the tight end, who was just running a little out pattern from his tight end position. Delivered a nice ball. Great start for the Bulldogs. To Trip Chandler. Good job running that route. Nice catch.
Blair Walsh on for the point after attempt. The hold by Mims is good, and the kick is right through there. And Georgia leads it 7-0 after a 66-yard drive to start the ball game. Dogs 7, Tech nothing. 11:40 to go, quarter number 1. Timeout on the field. Let's pause for these words on the Georgia Bulldogs radio network.
This is Catherine Root. Mark has his staff to help him take care of those pesky...
Formation for Georgia. Stafford under center. 4 down linemen for Tech. Toss it to Marino. Tripped up at the 10. Stumbles forward to the 12. Boy, Michael Johnson, he got in there like a bullet as he tripped up Noshan Marino back at the 10, just a fraction of a second after he'd taken the pitch, but Noshan was able to fall forward. So instead of losing 5, he only lost 3. He's back at the 12. It's 2nd down and 13.
Well, it looked like a few of the Bulldogs up front were on different pages there with the snap count, so we didn't get off to a good jump, which allowed Tech to just shoot right through.
We flip-flop the tight end, Chandler to the near side. Green is split out to the near side. Massaquoi to the far side. I formation as we send Green in motion. Right to left. Play action fake. Stafford will throw it to Green out in the left flat. Incomplete at the 20-yard line. Wanted to get it to A.J. Green, but just out of his reach. Stafford now 4 out of 7 in the ball game. Clock stopped with 3:10 to go in the quarter, and it's 3rd down and 13 now for Georgia.
Once again, good penetration there by that Tech defensive line. Matthew really didn't have time to set his feet and throw that football, so had to throw it before he wanted to and off of his back foot. And when you're throwing out to the flat, the one thing you're worried about is somebody coming from underneath it, picking it off, and walking into the end zone. So getting it outside is a good place to miss.
Split the backfield, shotgun formation, snap to Stafford. From the 12, he'll throw it from the pocket, and it is it's intercepted at the 35 by Burnett. Burnett down the far sideline, 10, 5, touchdown. Morgan Burnett intercepted it at the 35, pick 6 for Georgia Tech.
Well, we ended up throwing right to him. We were trying to complete just an inside post to the slot receiver. Georgia Tech, again, played that quarters cover, so just everybody 4 deep. That ball came out of Matthews' hand and settled a little bit on him. Hit Burnett dead in the chest, and nobody was there to go make a play.
Not a red shirt anywhere near. 7th interception for Morgan Burnett. Came in tied for 2nd in the nation for most interceptions. Georgia Tech an extra point away from tying this ball game here late in the first quarter. Scott Blair, the kicker. There's the snap, and the hold is no good. Now they'll try to run with it. Tech to the corner. Georgia's going to stop him right there. Logan Gray making the tackle, or C.J. Bird on the tackle. As Chandler Anderson was the holder, he botched the snap and then picked it up and tried to run to the corner. So Georgia still leads. Boy, that could be huge. 7-6. Georgia out in front with 2:57 to go as Tech muffs the extra point attempt. Let's take a timeout, an SEC break here on the Georgia Bulldogs, 60-second SEC break on the Georgia Bulldogs radio network.
What do the Georgia Lottery and College Bowl season have in common? Kroger. Just buy your Cash 3, Cash 4.
Chills as Georgia gets back to work now. Play action fake for Stafford. He rolls to the right, throws on the run. Caught by Michael Moore inside the 20-yard line, and then runs head on into a Tech defender down to the 13-yard line. Rashad Reed bringing Moore down at the Tech 13-yard line. But another first down for Georgia.
Bootleg action there for Matthew Stafford. Got outside the pocket to his right. We actually had 2 receivers pretty much in the same spot when he threw it. I wasn't sure where he was going with it, but Moore was there to make another good catch and another big gain for Georgia.
20 more yards on the pass completion. Stafford now under center as the Dogs run out of the eye. Marino the tail, and Sutherland is the fullback. 2 receivers to the near side. Handed off to Noshan. Straight ahead. He's hit once. He breaks that tackle. Pushes his way to the 10-yard line. He was hit by Jefferson, the linebacker, and he broke free of that arm tackle and got about 3 yards on the carry. They may put the ball just inside the 10-yard line. It'll be second down and about 7 to go for the Bulldogs. Barnes and Johnson making the stop finally as Marino now with 47 yards on 10 carries.
Well, a lot of those yards that you just mentioned coming after contact, he's done a good job today of going through that first tackle or bouncing off of it and picking up additional yardage.
Dogs driving toward the bridge here at Sanford Stadium. Stafford has 2 men to the right and 1 to the left, I formation, as he walks behind the line of scrimmage to change the call. Second down, 7. Stafford throws. Bullet to Massaquoi. Touchdown! He threw a frozen rope, caught it at the 2, and Massaquoi squeezed into the end zone. A score for the senior from Charlotte, Mario Butler, on the coverage, but he couldn't hang with Mobass as the Dogs add to their lead. It's 13-6.
We give Matthew Stafford a lot of credit there. When he went up to change the play, put a lot of focus out to his right-hand side, actually threw that quick slant back to the left-hand side, so good job of playing decoy with the Georgia Tech defense.
Extra point by Blair Walsh is good, and it's 14-6. The Dogs lead Georgia Tech. 13:36 to go. Second quarter, 10-yard touchdown throw as Georgia picks up its second score of the day. Timeout here at Sanford Stadium. Let's pause for these words on the Georgia Bulldogs radio network. Back for Georgia Tech. Nesbitt squats way down low behind the center. Gives the handoff to Dwyer, and he is stopped behind the line of scrimmage, maybe right at the line of scrimmage, by Jeremy Lomax. Hits just seconds after the handoff, not even seconds, maybe a fraction of a second, as Lomax was there to greet him when Dwyer was getting the football. No gain on the play. It'll be second down and 10.
Yellow Jackets so far today, 66 yards on the ground, actually 67 yards on the ground with 10 rushes.
Tech breaks 2 men to the near side, and Dwyer's still the fullback or the B-back in this option. They'll pitch it to Dwyer, left side. He's got running room, 25-20, and to the far sideline, forced out of bounds at the 16-yard line. He got a first down for Georgia Tech. A 12-yard run for Jonathan Dwyer. It's first and 10 Tech on the Georgia 16. Rashad Jones finally forced the sophomore from Marietta out of bounds on the far side of the field.
Another good block there from Georgia Tech A-back Lucas Cox. What you're seeing a lot from Georgia Tech right now are cut blocks, so the Bulldogs are always having to fend people off of their legs right now when they're trying to go make plays.
Nesbitt under center. They bring a man in motion. That's right. Fake the handoff. Nesbitt going to keep it himself, run straight ahead, spinning inside the 10 and brought down at about the 6-yard line. Nesbitt had a couple of blockers. He had Dwyer and Wright that hit the hole before him. He tucked in behind him on the far hash and got close to the first down. We'll see where they finally spot the ball. They're not putting the ball on the turf just yet. They're keeping it covered with a towel. It's right at the 7-yard line, so it's going to be about a yard shy. 9-yard gain for Josh Nesbitt, the quarterback. Second and 1 from the Dogs' 7. Tech threatening seriously as Georgia leads it 14-6. Nesbitt under center to take the snap. Here comes a man in motion. He fakes the handoff. He'll keep it himself and dive to the 5 and maybe the 4. Gain of 3 and a first down. Rennie Curran pulled him down, but Nesbitt got the first down yardage, and it's first and goal for the Yellow Jackets at the Bulldog 4-yard line.
You know, Scott, you watch this triple option look, it almost looks a lot like arena ball in some cases where you've got guys that you feel like are in movement, and you've got guys coming from different positions to get in position to catch pitches or to run this option. Really a different look that you never see.
First and goal from the Georgia 4. Nesbitt going to keep it, try to tuck in at right tackle, and he is stacked up by Lomax and Curran and Jones and Dent. He had nowhere to go that time, but they spot the ball. Forward progress at the 3, perhaps. So they give him a yard on the play. From this angle, didn't look like he got that, but it's going to be second and goal from the 3. 9:45, rain still falling here in Athens. 14-6, Georgia leads Georgia Tech. But the Yellow Jackets inside, the Dogs 5. Second down and goal. Dwyer in the backfield. Cox to the right and right to the left. They pitch it to Cox as he rolls to the left and dives into the end zone for the touchdown. Cox came in motion behind Nesbitt from right to left and took the ball into the end zone. Is there a flag on the play? The referee was giving an illegal procedure sign, but I don't see a flag on the field. I guess it is a touchdown. They're going to go for two right here. 14-12 our score after the 3-yard run by Lucas Cox. They'll go for two to try and tie the game. Two receivers to the right side, one to the left. Bring a man in motion from the near side. And he'll stop right there as Nesbitt will drop back, looks to throw, being forced out of the pocket. Going to throw it up into the end zone, out of the back of the end zone, and incomplete. Dogs had tremendous pressure on the two-point try. Rennie Curran came in first, and DeMarcus Dobbs right in Josh Nesbitt's face. He curled one way. Moore and Green split out to the right side, and Massaquoi to the left. Stafford will give it to Marino. Spins in the backfield, had a white shirt on him, got close to the line of scrimmage. Let's see where they spot the football. 3 white shirts were back there. Michael Johnson, I think, was the guy that will be credited with a tackle. Richard also got penetration in the backfield. No gain, actually a little bit of a loss on the play by Noshawn Marino, back closer to the 24, maybe between the 23 and the 24.
A lot of movement in disguise there from the Georgia Tech linebackers and defensive backs are really walking around the line of scrimmage. The defensive backs are in and out, trying to give Matthew Stafford and the Georgia offense a few different looks and make them think a little bit about what they're doing.
Run out of the split gun, and Stafford takes the snap and will throw down the middle of the field. Caught going up high at the 45. Mohamed Massaquoi coming across from right to left. Brought in a high pass from Stafford, and up to the 46-yard line, Morgan Burnett making the tackle right there.
Good job of Momass coming off of his man. Georgia Tech went man-to-man and looked like he got bumped a little bit at the top of his break, so good job staying on his feet, then going up and reaching high to catch that pass. 23
yards on the game to Massaquoi. The Dogs have it 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line. 3 receivers bunched in tight on the right side of the line of scrimmage. They bring a man in motion and will fake the handoff and give it to Massaquoi on the end around. He'll stop and he'll throw. Green, the intended receiver. Pass is broken up by Mario Butler at the Georgia Tech 27-yard line.
Little trickery there out of the Georgia Bulldogs, but Georgia Tech had that very well covered. Had 2 guys right in the area where that pass was going, so just a good job by A.J. knocking that down.
Tried a little Appleby to Washington there. Mohamed Massaquoi trying to throw it to A.J. Green. Crowd looking at the replay. Maybe thought some early contact, but there was no flag on the play. 2nd down and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 47-yard line. Georgia leads Tech here in Athens 14-12. Shotgun snap to Stafford. He turns and hands it to Marino. He's running straight ahead to the 50, and that's where he will be brought down, falling to the Tech 49 perhaps. And a gain of about 4 on the play. Rashad Reed making the stop for Georgia Tech.
3rd downs today. Georgia 2 out of 4 so far. 3rd and 6 to go here.
Marino with 54 yards rushing on 13 carries. 2 receivers right and 2 to the left. Shotgun for Stafford. Marino stands to Stafford's right. There's the snap from Jones. Stafford will throw. Caught by Massaquoi. Broken tackle. Mass 30. Mass 20. Mass 10. Into the end zone. He trots into the end zone for the score. Mohamed Massaquoi, 49 yards and a touchdown for the senior.
Georgia Tech there came with a strong side blitz where they brought the strong side linebacker and the middle linebacker. Matthew actually threw away from that blitz just on a quick slant. Then Momass splits the safety in the corner and walks into the end zone.
He did. He was almost taunting. He just slowed down to a trot. Here's the point after attempt by Walsh. It's right through there. Good. 21-12. Dogs lead with a big smile on the face of Muhammad Massaquoi as he comes to the sideline. 7 minutes to go in the first half. Georgia leading it now by 9 as we pause for these words on the Georgia Bulldogs radio network. First and 10, leading 21-12. 1:23 and the clock stopped in the second quarter. Shotgun snap to Stafford. From the far hash, he'll pump fake, and then he'll throw it, and it's tipped and batted down at the line of scrimmage. Richard may have gotten a hand on that batted pass. He pumped fake, and then he threw it, and it was knocked down by one of those big Tech linemen. It's incomplete. Clock stop at 1:18. Second down and 10 for Georgia coming up.
Good coverage there by Tech. Again, gave that quarters look where everybody had deep force on the field. Nobody really open, forcing Matthew Stafford into pumping that. Then when he went to his check down, just trying to get rid of it, ball got batted down. So good job defensively, especially in coverage there from Georgia Tech.
Now, that's not intentional grounding, is it? Because that wasn't a receiver in the area. Stafford in the shotgun. Two receivers split to each side. Matthew will throw to the near side. Bump from behind. Pass is incomplete. Shot off the chest of A.J. Green, and it went flying back about 8 yards, but it looked like Tech hit Green before the ball arrived there, but no flag.
Well, Scott, I don't know if it just looked like it. He was there before the ball got there. Take a look on the replay right now. No question. He was hugging it.
Yeah, he impeded with his ability to catch the ball, but Dogs didn't get the call. So it's 3rd and 10 now after the incompletion. Clock stop at 1:11. Two receivers to the near side. Green and Harris, and Moore and Massaquoi to the right side. And Marino's in the backfield. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Complete over the middle at the 48. Massaquoi. First down yardage as he turns downfield and gets into Tech territory. Muhammad Massaquoi, a quick slant across the middle. 15 yards down to the Tech 40.
Just a perfect play call there against that coverage. Georgia Tech went to a man free. They actually dropped 8, but left the underneath route wide open.
They'll spot it back on the 41. Here goes Georgia again, rolling to the near side. Pass to A.J. Green. Caught at the 31. Turns downfield, out of bounds at the 29. Clock stopped with 54 seconds as A.J. Green made the grab on the near sideline.
Well, some of the little things that A.J. does that are just so impressive for being a freshman playing his first full year here at Georgia. Catches that ball. Would have been very easy for him to go out of bounds, but was able to turn upfield and get a couple additional yards out of that before getting out of bounds to stop the clock.
12 more yards on the completion and another Georgia first down. The Dogs on the Tech 29-yard line, driving right to left, leading 21-12. 54 seconds left in the half. Shotgun formation for Georgia. Stafford takes the snap, drops back, screen to Chappis on the near side. He has a block. Chappis to the 20. Chappis to the 10. Chappis cut down at the 5-yard line. Maybe a little bit less than that out at the 4. Davis and Glenn with excellent blocks. Cordy Glenn paved a path for Sean Chappis as he is down inside the 5.
That had to catch this Georgia Tech defense off guard. No shot. Sprints out to the right there. Chappis came from that bunch formation over on the right-hand side, came in motion to the left-hand side, just slipped out of the backfield through the screen over there, and then Glenn and Davis just leading the convoy down.
Dogs scored a touchdown on that play to Marino against Auburn. 26 yards to Chappis on the screen. First and goal on the Tech 3. Stafford, quick throw, catch it! Did he catch it? Is it a touchdown or an incompletion? In the end zone, we caught it. It looked like we caught it. Having to lean back. Was that Massaquoi? Catching it on his back shoulder. Now comes the signal. They say touchdown, but they're going to review it, I would imagine. Well, the officials had to talk about it before they could make up their mind. Massaquoi on a quick slant in from the near side appeared to catch it off his back shoulder with his feet sliding out from under him. And they hesitated and hesitated, never called it, and then they conversed, and they called touchdown. And the Dogs kicked the point after with Blair Walsh, and it is good, and it is 28-12 with 37 seconds left in the hash.
Including the offensive coaches.
Tech from right to left, under center. Nesbitt drops back, now rolls to the right. The option pitch to Dwyer. Dwyer breaks a tackle at the 50. Dwyer down the sideline, 40. Dwyer, 30. Dwyer, 20. Nobody's going to catch him. Jonathan Dwyer, touchdown. First play of the second half. 60 yards down the far side. We missed 2 tackles on the far side of the field, and that's all it took.
Well, we had it played pretty well, but just like you said, Scott, missed those tackles. And how about that for a wake-up call here pretty quick?
Tech to try the point after. They're going to go for 2 again. They're down by 10 right here, 28-18. They'll line up for a 2-point conversion. 60 yards for Jonathan Dwyer.
This Georgia Tech offense can be explosive. We've said it. Just because they're running the football doesn't mean that they can't be explosive. And that goes to prove it right there. A couple of missed tackles, and he's off to the races.
Tech will go for 2. Nesbitt option pitch to Dwyer to the near side, and this time they get into the end zone for the 2-point conversion as Dwyer reaches out in the near corner and crosses the goal line. It's 28-20, 12 seconds into the second half. We got a long way to go. Timeout on the field. Georgia 28, Georgia Tech 20. Pause for these words. Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. I'll be turning off the fastest seatbelt light momentarily, but
12 seconds go by, and this is the ball game.
Scott Blair from the near hash will kick it, angle it to the far side. Richard Samuel scoots over there, takes it on the 3. Back this way to the 10, with a man grabbing him from behind around the waist. He is dragged down right there at the 10-yard line. Michael Peterson, the cornerback on special teams, makes the tackle at the 11. So Georgia backed up. A lot of real estate in front of them, but this offense has struck quickly here in the first half, and they can do it again here in the second. 14-40. Seems like we played a lot in the second half, and only 20 seconds are gone.
Well, execution on special teams. We kick it out of bounds. They get it on the 40. They do a very good job on their kickoff team. We start on our own 11-yard line.
We'll start out of the I, bring a man in motion. That's Sutherland. Marino, the tailback, takes the handoff. Right tackle, he runs and gets maybe 2 yards to the 13. A little bit of an opening, but Tech closed it in a hurry. Morgan and Jefferson making the stop. Derek Morgan, the defensive end, and Jefferson, the linebacker. So a 2-yard gain for Noshawn Marino, who has 54 yards on the day on 13 carries. No touchdowns yet. All of Georgia's scores have been through the air. 4 touchdown passes for Matthew Stafford. That's a personal best. And 3 touchdown receptions for Muhammad Massaquoi. That's a personal best. 2nd and 8. Play action. Stafford wants to throw. Now he's going to roll to the near side and just lob it out of bounds. Throw it away. Nobody there. And Stafford just got rid of it.
Well, crowd wanted a late hit there, or roughing the passer call on Georgia Tech. Matthew kind of let up when he threw that football out of bounds, and Georgia Tech came and knocked him down, bumped him late.
That was Kyle Jackson, the linebacker, that did the bumping, and now he will head to the sidelines for Georgia Tech. Now it's 3rd down and 8. 2 receivers to the far side and 1 to the near side. Massaquois on this side of the field as the Dogs work left to right on the near hash. Snap from Jones in the shotgun to Stafford. Here comes the blitz. Stafford gets away from a man, still scrambling inside the 5, and he's bumped into the end zone. He's in the end zone. He'll run it out. Stafford at the 10. He throws it on the run. Oh, short and incomplete. Had Massaquoi at the 40 and open after that long scramble, but it skipped in front of Muhammad Massaquoi, who was already on the turf trying to catch the ball, and it short-hopped him. Incomplete, and it's 4th down. Wow. I can't believe it. Stafford got away from that.
It was, Stafford got hit. He was in the end zone. Looked like it was going to be a safety, but he stayed on his feet. Then he got outside and really could, he took off running. It looked like he made his mind up that he was going to run the football. But then guys were wide open down the field as soon as he took off, so he made a decision to throw it late and just threw it short of his receiver.
He only looked like if he had run.
That is Anthony Barnes, redshirt sophomore linebacker from Cartersville, who is the injured man on the play for Georgia Tech. Well, the Dogs didn't do anything with that possession. It's 4th down and 8, and they'll have to punt it away. The punt team already on the field as we have an injury timeout for Georgia Tech's Anthony Barnes. Journal-Constitution scoreboard. The AJC tells us Clemson 24, South Carolina 14 early in the third. And Barnes will need a lot of assistance walking off the field here with the help of the training staff. So he's not putting any weight at all on his right leg or his right foot. They already had some linebacker issues. Shane Bowen was out and Cedric Griffin was out. So they're getting shorthanded at linebacker. Georgia's going to have to punt it away. 4th down and 8 coming up. 28-20 our score. Tech with a 60-yard touchdown run by Jonathan Dwyer on the first play from scrimmage in the second half. It was 28-12 at intermission, Georgia. Tech has one man deep. That is Andrew Smith standing at midfield. Mims stands about 1.5 yards deep into his own end zone. The wind is blowing into his face. There's the snap. Here's the punt. And it is a long, high spiral. A beauty. Wow. Griffin backing up to the 35. Breaks the tackle. Runs to the far side. And is yanked down at the 44-yard line. What a punt by Mims. 62 yards. I said 62, but a 52-yarder and a 9-yard return as Tech goes back on offense. They send Jones in motion, but they hand it off straight ahead to Dwyer, and Dwyer fights his way up close to the 49-yard line. May have 5 yards on the play. Bird and Ellerby tripping him up. 2nd down and 5 for Georgia Tech. Down by 8 now after an early touchdown here to start the second half.
And after holding Dwyer in check there in the first half, all of a sudden, with 2 rushes, he found himself over 100 yards for the game.
His 9th 100-yard game of the year. Again, ACC's rushing leader. 3rd year in a row that Tech has had the conference rushing leader. They'll run the option to the right side. Nesbitt with a pitch to Jones as he is hit, and Jones is wrestled down by Asher Allen at the Georgia 43-yard line, but he picks up the first down. And about 9.5, 10 yards on that gain for Georgia Tech. They're in Georgia territory now at the Bulldog 43.
And a good open field tackle there by Asher Allen. That time he was the only guy over there to make a play, but did a good job using the boundary as another defender and making a good solid tackle.
Looked like he was bulldogging a calf that time. Slung him, all he didn't do is tie him up around the legs. Tech 1st and 10 on the Dogs 43. Handoff inside to Dwyer. Boom! He's hit at the 38-yard line. He was trying to stop and change directions, and when he slid, he got hammered by Rashad Jones, but not before. He gained 6 yards on the play.
Just to show you the deception in this offense, Nesbitt did a full 360 to hand it off just on a fullback dive.
Where am I going with it?
But yet it's that kind of deception that really confuses linebackers and confuses assignments when you're taking a look in the backfield. If you get off of your keys at all, big plays happen.
2nd and 4 for Georgia Tech from the Dogs 37. There goes Jones in motion. He'll take the pitch to the far side. And Jones to the sideline where he is wrestled down at the 33-yard line. He close to the first down. Rennie Curran made the stop. Curran with 6 tackles in the first half, adding another to his collection. And it may have to measure here, Z.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Tech may have found something they like on the left side of our defense to their right. They've gone that direction now 4 plays in a row.
4 yards and a first down as Roddy Jones moves the sticks for Georgia Tech. And the Yellow Jackets moving again. 1st and 10 on the Dogs 33. They're quickly up to the line of scrimmage. Dogs with 4 down linemen. Nesbitt deep under center. Here comes Jones in motion. Nesbitt fakes it. He'll keep it and run straight ahead and pick up 3.5 to almost the 29-yard line of Georgia. So Nesbitt just ducked in behind some blockers. Rennie Curran again, along with Jeremy Lomax, making the stop on the Georgia Tech quarterback. Ball just inside the 30-yard line as Tech is trying to march towards Georgia's goal line again. 28-20, Georgia leading by 8. The Dogs have led throughout. 10:48 on the clock. Option to their right side. Nesbitt going to pitch it to Jones. And Jones ridden down and out of bounds by Rashad Jones, who just jumped on his back at the 26-yard line and rode with him out of bounds into the Tech sideline.
Well, good play there by Jones. But another solid pickup, another 3rd and short here for the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets.
Jones got 4 on that one. Ball just shy of the 25-yard line. Dogs bench defense asking for some help from the stadium here, asking for some noise. It's 3rd down and a long 2 for Georgia Tech. Flyers in the backfield, Nesbitt under center. There goes Cox in motion. Nesbitt will keep it. Irvin wrapped him up at the 25. He kept his legs moving to the 24. He's going to be short of the 1st down, but Corvey Irvin with a nice play shedded his blocker and wrapped up Nesbitt, or at least slowed him down until some more red shirts could get there, and it's 4th down for Tech, 4th and 1.
Well, amazing stat here. Georgia Tech now 0 for 6 on 3rd down today. They've had several 3rd and shorts. Good job by the Georgia defense on 3rd down, shutting them out so far.
They're also 0 for 2 on 4th down. They're trying to make that conversion from the first time today. They'll go for it. 4th and 1 from the Bulldog 24-yard line. Nesbitt under center. Jones in motion. Nesbitt going to run it straight ahead. It's going to be close. It looks like he got to the 23, perhaps. And if he did, he should have the 1st down.
Boy, it is going to be close. It looks like the spot is right on the 1st down marker.
They will measure. Georgia's saying he didn't get it. And the officiating crew here will bring the chains in from the far side of the field to measure. And it will be close. Well, this is a big measurement. 9:28 to go. Corvey Irvin again making the stop as Nesbitt tried to take it off right tackle and pick up the 1 yard needed for the 1st down. And he got it by half of the length of the football. As they stretch the chains out, now they'll move the sticks. 1st and 10 for Georgia Tech from Georgia's 23-yard line. Tech needs to fumble today. They haven't put the ball on the ground today. They have 1 interception. It came at the end of the 1st half on a desperation throw. Rashad Jones picked it off to end the 1st half. Coming into this one, they had fumbled it 33 times and lost 18 of them. One of those would be nice right here. Option straight ahead. They spin and hand it off to Dwyer. And Dwyer, not a whole lot of running room. May have got a yard. Dobbs, one of the men in on the tackle, along with Jarius Wynn on the right side of the line of scrimmage. And it'll be 2nd down and a long 9 for Georgia Tech. Ball inside the 23.
And again, Georgia Tech attacking the left side of our defense, really trying to pound the short side of the field. I think that's 5 out of the last 6 plays now. They've gone that direction and finding some success with it. Had the long touchdown run to the short side of the field as well.
Tech finally getting into its offense. They're chewing up clock, possessing the football. They run the option. Look like 2 men were in motion. Here are the flags. Now Nesbitt's going to throw into the end zone. There's a flag there. And the pass is incomplete. That probably is going to be offsetting now. Looked like Tech had an illegal shift. Those flags came out, and then they threw it into the end zone, and Asher Allen was on the intended receiver. And some pushing going on there, and flags came out in the end zone. Now the officials will discuss it.
I don't think there's any question that 2nd flag is going to be on Asher for climbing up the receiver's back.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Offside against the defense is declined. Pass interference against the defense will be accepted.
We had both of them.
Automatic 1st down.
Oh. Georgia had both penalties. I thought Tech had an illegal shift. They had guys moving all over the place. But as you heard the referee say, Tom Zamorsky, 2 flags on Georgia. They decline the offsides and take the interference. Now the ball's down on the Georgia 8-yard line. That's the 5th penalty of the day on Georgia. Well, you got a bow up right here. Your lead is 8. 28-20. 8:19 to go in the 3rd quarter. And Tech again threatening inside the Georgia 10. They'll toss it to Dwyer, who runs to the near. No, that's Jones to the near side. Jones dives for the corner. And touchdown. On the near side, one official had to look at the other, and then he raised his arms. And Tech is within 2 points, and they'll go for 2 again right here.
Well, Tech again running that toss sweep to It's just amazing how much width they get. They get outside of containment as soon as the pitch happens. They've got a guy in motion coming behind the quarterback, which really allows them to get out wide, which breaks down a lot of the defense of what they're trying to do from a contain standpoint, finding success with it.
Tech trying to tie it up. 28-26. Here comes the two-point conversion. Nesbitt under center. Man comes in motion, now goes back to the far side. Nesbitt drops back, quarterback draws straight ahead, dives. He got it. We're tied at 28. Brand new ball game.
Boy, that happened a little too quick, didn't it?
16 points in less than 7 minutes in the third quarter for Georgia Tech. We're knotted at 28 here at Sanford Stadium. Dogs got to get back to work. Timeout on the field. Let's pause for these words on the Georgia Bulldogs radio network.
Dude, why does your tattoo say Norm?
It's supposed to say Mom, but I messed it up.
Huh.
Took a 15-minute course, saved some cash.
15 minutes.
Hey, it looked right in the mirror.
Are you at that place where...
28, 8:11 to go in the third quarter. Here's the kick by Blair. Kicks it towards the far side of the field. Samuel over there to catch it on the 2. Straight ahead to the 10, to the 15. Breaks the tackle there at the 20. Takes 3 white shirts with him up to the 25-yard line. And Georgia will go back to work on offense. He fumbled. He fumbled the football out of the pile, and the officials say Georgia Tech has it. Holy smokes. Wow. Marcus Wright came out of the stack with a ball. The officials never indicated a fumble until they came out of the pile with it. And Tech was jumping up and down, and Georgia Tech has the ball on the Georgia 23. We had to send our defense back out there. Samuel was dragging players with him, and as he was going down, the ball came loose, and Tech recovered. 1st and 10 at the Georgia 23. Yellow Jackets back at it. Hand off to Dwyer. Straight ahead. Big hole. Dwyer cuts back at the 10. 5. Touchdown. Tech leads.
Boy, we've seen that a few too many times this year, too. You get turnovers or special teams mistakes, and then opposing offense comes out and is able to put the ball in the end zone right away. First play there after the turnover. Just a dive up the middle with the fullback. The first read in that triple option. Big hole for him, and then he takes it in and really walks into the end zone himself. Tough start here for this third quarter.
This is like Tennessee from a couple of years ago. Blair to try the point after attempt. The kick is up, and it is good. It's 35-28. Tech trailed 28-12 at halftime. And in just a little more than 7 minutes, they've taken a 7-point lead.
I'm just going to give you a report on Noshan, but you already see he's out there. He has a bruise, a quad bruise. Ron Corson told me that he's okay. Obviously, he looks okay. Just needs to make a big play for us.
A.J. Green comes out of the ball game. Looks like he's trying to stretch out something on the sideline. 2 receivers to the near side and 1 to the right. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Time in the pocket. Screen to Noshan. Complete at the 30. Noshan with blockers at the 40. And Noshan up to the 45-yard line where he has tumbled down. And he got about 11 yards on the screen play. Sylvester and Burnett making the stop for Georgia Tech. It'll be 3rd down and about 9 yards to go, maybe 8, as we pause for station identification on the Georgia Bulldogs radio network.
WSB Sandra Parrish, the siege in Mumbai, India is over, but authorities fear the death toll will rise. For updates, stay with News Talk 750 WSB Atlanta and WSRV HD to Gainesville.
Call it 3rd and 9. Ball just across the Georgia 45-yard line. Georgia stays in the shotgun. 2 receivers stacked up to the right and 1 to the near side. Stafford on the throw right down the middle. Almost intercepted, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Kenneth Harris. Tech almost intercepted it first, and then it hit Harris's hands, and it fell out of his and fell incomplete. Mario Butler is the one who nearly intercepted it, got his hands on it, and it's incomplete, and that's 4th down, and the Dogs will have to punt it away again.
And Tech now switching defenses, going to more of a 2-deep man under, so they're playing man underneath. So you've got guys running with you with the 2 deep safeties. It's going to leave some areas in the flat that it could be open. One of the reasons the screen pass works so well. So some good adjustments from his Georgia Tech defense after halftime.
Mims to punt for the 4th time today. Gets it off. Another high hanging spiral. Beautiful. And Tech will let it bounce. It hits on the 5 and rolls into the end zone for the touchback. Andrew Smith let it hit. He did the proper thing and ran away from it. And Tech will have it 1st and 10 on their own 20 after the touch. Tech 41-yard line. They crowd the line of scrimmage. Now Stafford walks up to change the play, and the defense for Tech backs up a little bit. Now they're creeping up again. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Fakes the out pass and throws it on the far hash to Massaquoi, complete for about 9.5 or 10 yards at the Tech 31-yard line. Rashad Reed on the coverage, but Massaquoi with yet another catch, his 10th of this ball game. He's been incredible today.
He really has been incredible. Another strong catch there. Georgia Tech brought all 3 linebackers, played man-to-man. Once again, Momash just on a quick slant, but the strength in his hands and to get away from some of the contact and some of these Tech guys hanging all over him has just been remarkable.
About 9.5 yards on the gain, and Georgia is going to ask for a timeout right here. Dogs timeout with 11:02 to go in the fourth quarter. We'll take a quick 30-second SEC break here on the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
A few words about Georgian Bank. Respect.
Trust.
Caring.
Commitment.
Flexibility.
Ooh, good one, Vincent.
Stay in the zone, Barbara.
Oh, sorry. Imagination.
Vision.
Success.
Vince and Barbara Dooley can speak volumes about Georgian Bank. We've chosen them as one of our most important financial partners.
And we haven't stopped talking about them since.
You can say that again.
And we haven't stopped talking.
Georgian Bank. Never business as usual.
I couldn't have said it better myself, Vincent.
Member FDIC.
Atlanta's only airborne traffic. Skycopter Skyplane traffic is on News Talk 750 WSB.
11:02 to play. The Dogs with the football. 2nd down and a short one on the Georgia Tech 31-yard line. Moving the ball from right to left, and we used the timeout. Our first of the half. Tech has 1 remaining, and the Dogs have 2 more left on the board. Marino's the lone set. No, it's an I formation. Excuse me. Chappis the fullback, Marino the tailback, and Stafford under center. Stafford play action fake to Marino, wants to throw it, and caught sliding at the 11-yard line. Guess who? Massaquoi at the 11. A first down at the 11-yard line.
Well, when you're that hot, you just keep feeding him.
Did they rule that incomplete? They're saying incomplete. Oh, this one, they might have to review this one. 3rd down and less than a yard. Waiting to see a replay here. It definitely looked from, I know we're a long way from the field, but it looked from here like he caught it. And Georgia will just try to run it for the first down as they keep it straight ahead. And let's see, as they stack them up at the 31-yard line, Stafford on a keeper. He may have it. Never did see a replay on the Massaquoi pass that they said was incomplete.
Which is a little bit surprising.
Now we'll see one here, but it's too late at this point. He did drop it. It went right through his arms. So the call was correct. And as they stretched the chains, we didn't get the first down either. Man, there's nothing going our way here in the second half. Well, it's 3rd and about the same distance, about the length of a football. From the 31-yard line. Need about 12, 13 inches. It's 4th down. We're down by 10 and 10:39 to go in the game.
This is the right decision here for the Bulldogs to push this through and go for it. You've got to be able to man up here and get half a yard.
Got Figgins in the ball game as well on the right side. Chappis is the fullback. Stafford under center. Tech stacks the line of scrimmage. Marino will run it to the near side. Lot of room. Marino 20. Marino 15 with a man on his back. Breaks the tackle into the end zone. Touchdown, no shine. He's going crazy in the end zone. On 4th and a foot. Moshan Marino with 31 yards for the score. That lights this place up a little bit.
Well, welcome back to the game, Moshan. Boy, you showed up just at the right time. and the fans just erupted as he broke outside, then broke a tackle. One of the Georgia Tech guys had him around the shoulder pads. He ran right through it for 6 points.
Here's the point after by Walsh. Splits the pipes. It's good. It's a three-point game. 38-35. Mario Butler was trying to drag him down, but Marino wasn't going to have any of that. Gave him a free ride for 6 into the end zone. Dogs down by 3. Timeout on the field. Let's pause for these words on the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Barbara Dooley, and I want to talk about customer satisfaction. I've had financial dealings with many banks out there. If you have too, you'll totally relate to my message. Have you ever heard we could never get that done in time, or we've never done anything like that?
Game. Only Herschel Walker and Garrison Hurst have more. If he gets to 100, it'll be the 14th of his career. Let's go down to the sidelines and Lauren Smith. Lauren?
Well, Scott, as you can imagine, that run electrified the sidelines. So maybe Tech took things for granted. Maybe they've let up. Maybe Georgia has the momentum. And if the defense ever really needed to save the day, it's on this series coming up.
10:23 to go. Walsh will kick it off. Wright and Jones are back deep for Georgia Tech at the 8. Here's the kick from Walsh. Towards the near sideline. It's going to be fielded by Jones at the 7. Jones to the 10, to the 15. Cuts at the 20. Cuts again at the 25. And brought down at the 29-yard line by Chad Glower. That's a couple of tackles he's made on special teams today as he comes limping off the sidelines. Georgia Tech has it 1st and 10. They spot the ball on the 30-yard line. Crowd back into the ball game now. Defense trying to pump them up. A lot of time to play, and it's a 3-point Georgia Tech lead. But the Dogs finally struck gold after a short punt and a good return by Logan Gray set the Dogs up on the Tech 41. Marino with a 31-yard touchdown to ignite the crowd once again. Tech 1st and 10. Nesbitt going to run option to the near side, going to keep it straight ahead up to the 34-yard line. Tumbled down there by Ellerby and Curran and Jarius Wynn. And Tech has a player down, and that is the quarterback, Nesbitt. On his back at the 35-yard line, a gain of about 4.5 on the carry by Nesbitt from Greensboro, Georgia. And that'll stop the clock for the injury timeout with 10:05 to go.
Nesbitt there on the speed option coming to the short side of the field. Really got sandwiched. I think Wynn put the hit on him that really did some of the damage, and he's slow getting up. Hopefully he is okay after that shot.
He looked a little bit in the first half like he was kind of lost, but he played, he did the right things in the second half, getting the ball to the right guys, Jones and Dwyer, as they exploded for 26 unanswered points in that third quarter to take the lead. But the lead is 3 right now, 38-28. Nesbitt up now, but slow. And we'll have to have assistants walking off, so we'll see Jabo Shaw come into the ball game. And if you want a photo with UGA 7 or to watch a post-game press conference with Coach Mark Richt in the future, well, you can do that by logging on to GeorgiaDogs.com and bid on these great items, plus a whole lot more at the online auction at GeorgiaDogs.com. So Nesbitt out. Here comes the new guy, Jabo Shaw. Nice, clean, white uniform. Standing behind those big, dingy, grungy linemen. Shaw, more of a passer than Nesbitt is, but he can run the option too. Freshman from Flowery Branch. 2nd down and 5 from the 35. Shaw under center. Dogs with a 4-man front. Fake it, and he'll keep it. Straight ahead running, and we greet him right there after about a 1.5 or 2-yard gain. DeMarcus Dobbs makes the tackle after Shaw faked the handoff and wanted to get his uniform dirty. 2-yard gain for Jabo Shaw, the freshman. It's 3rd down and 4 yards to go. And the Dogs defense continues to jumping up and down, trying to pump some life into this crowd, and Sanford Stadium is responding.
And probably a smart play there from Georgia Tech to let Jabo Shaw run the football there just to get into the game. It's always tough when you come in off the bench, but to come in this kind of situation makes it even that more difficult.
Shaw under center. Man comes in motion. Toss it to Jones. Jones, 35-40, cuts upfield, gets the first down. Roddy Jones looped around behind Shaw. That play they ran a lot in the third quarter. Prince Miller brought down Roddy Jones at the 43-yard line, but he got more than enough for the first down. Tech up to the Yellow Jacket 43-yard line. The clock continuing to move now after they moved the sticks. 8:55 and counting. Tech by 3, 38-35.
And they continue to run behind the right side of that offensive line just time after time, going to the short side of the field.
Dwyer in the backfield. Shaw, the quarterback. He'll fake it. Oh, whoa, my goodness. Shaw just bulldogged at the 44-yard line. Cade Weston just reached out and yanked him down with one hand, and his feet went one way and his head went the other. Holy smokes. He got a yard on that play. And Nesbitt's going to come back into the ball game. Shaw may need to clear his head after that tackle. He's not hurt. Nesbitt's just ready to come back. Second down on the 44. Wow, what a tackle. 9 yards to go. Tech moving left to right. Nesbitt, the handoff straight ahead. Dwyer, he's hit at the line of scrimmage or just beyond. Ellerby came in there. Lomax hit him first and pulled him down, and then Dennell put in his 2 cents worth. It's third down. 46-yard line as the official slaps the ball on the wet turf. Third down, 7. Yet another big third down in this ball game. Tech 2 out of 10 on third down conversion. Crowd making plenty of noise as the rain falls here in Athens. Clock at 7:29. Nesbitt under center deeply. Takes the handoff. Takes the snap, rather. Now we'll run the option to Jones. Near side. Jones still in bounds. Still on his feet. And going down the near sideline for a touchdown. You got to be kidding me. We didn't knock him out of bounds. Roddy Jones went all the way down the sideline for a touchdown for Georgia Tech.
We had several shots there to knock him out of bounds. We pushed him a couple of times, but never wrapped him up to get him out of bounds.
He broke at least 2 tackles, one around the collar, and then survived a bump from Rashad Jones. Apparently never went out of bounds and just went 54 yards for a touchdown, and I hope that's not a backbreaker, but it might be. Here's the point after attempt by Scott Blair. Wow. Snap, the hold, and the kick, all good. Tech again with a 10-point lead. It's 45-35 with 7:13 to go in the game. 60-second SEC break here on the Georgia Bowl. 7:08 to play. Again, it's a 2-score game. It's a 10-point Georgia Tech lead after a 54-yard run by Roddy Jones, who's over 200 yards rushing today. 214 yards on only 13 carries. Dogs with the ball. First and 10. Stafford to pass. Screen to the right. Caught by Marino. Cuts upfield at the 30. Spins at the 40. Misses a tackle. Marino still on his feet at the 50-yard line and twisted down right there after about a 26-yard gain on the play. Kyle Jackson made the tackle. And Marino coming out of the ball game limping a little bit.
No shot.
Josh, go ahead, Zeke.
Yeah, no shot today so far. 94 yards on the ground. That was his 3rd catch of the day.
Shotgun snap to Stafford at midfield. He'll throw to the far side. It is caught by A.J. Green, and he is forced out of bounds after an 11-yard gain. And there's a flag back in the Georgia backfield, and that's probably holding. It is. Bring it back. Marino apparently got a knee to the head by one of the linemen at the end of that run a few moments ago, so he was a little woozy as he came out of the ball game. Penalty will push Georgia back to the Bulldogs' 40-yard line. That's our 7th penalty of this contest. 1 step forward and 2 steps back. 6:30 to go. The clock is definitely the enemy. Caleb King in the ball game, along with Sutherland. They split the backfield. Stafford to pass out of the shotgun. Will roll to the right. Pump fake. Throws. Pass batted high in the air. It's anybody's ball. And it's intercepted by Michael Johnson, I think. No, incomplete. Incomplete. A big pile up. Michael Johnson, the big 6'7" defensive end, went up for it but couldn't hang on. The official says incomplete. And there's a sigh of relief from Georgia fans.
Well, good job there by several members of the Georgia offensive line. That ball got batted way up in the air. Could have easily been picked off, but we had a whole host of Bulldogs that came in to break that play up.
And Caleb King was the one who punched it loose from Johnson's grasp. He's already got one interception. He returned it for a touchdown earlier this year. He doesn't get that one, though. Second down and 20 for Georgia. We're down by 10, and the clock is ticking against us, although it's stopped right now at 6:12. Shotgun snap to Stafford from the near hash. Has to scramble out of the pocket. They're tugging on his jersey, and they're going to bring him down at the 40.
Georgia Tech there brought a corner blitz. He was unblocked. Our back left his typical assignment to come out and try to chip him, but just got there a little bit late. Actually, a good adjustment there by our back because he typically doesn't have him. That would be a side adjustment. But when he saw it, went out there to chip him out. Just too much pressure for Matthew. He had to get up in the pocket and see if he could make something happen.
Eris Anyabi is the one that brought him down. Now Marino's back in the ball game. It's 3rd and 20 for Georgia. Snap to Stafford in the pocket. He stands, throws over the middle. Caught by Massaquoi. Complete at the Tech 45. He broke 2 tackles and got the first down. Mohamed Massaquoi playing a game of his life. His 11th catch of the day. Sylvester, the linebacker, finally brought him down, but Momass broke 2 tackles, and he moves the 6 to the Tech 37-yard line.
Just caught a little deep in route there, but it was the yards after the catch. Great effort breaking tackles to get the first down.
23 yards on the pass play. Stafford looks right, fakes, now throws left. A.J. Green, the intended receiver, incomplete, just out of his reach in the near corner of the end zone. Stafford lofted it up. They had man coverage with Mario Butler, and Green got twisted around a little bit, but the pass was out of his reach anyway. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for Georgia. Clock stopped at 5:07. Dogs down by 10, 45-35.
Tech's go-to coverage here anytime they need a stop when they know it's a passing down has been a cover 2 with man underneath, 2-man. One of the things we may try to do is get Noshan out of the backfield, some kind of wheel route where he's matched up with the linebacker. We would have the advantage there.
Massaquoi comes back into the ball game. D'Amico Goodman goes out. Dogs are going to have to call for a timeout right here as the play clock was down to 2 seconds. So
timeout.
They didn't have
Georgia
who they wanted to in the ball game.
Charge timeout of the half.
And Massaquoi, wouldn't you know it, had to run to the far side of the field to get into position. Timeout. Let's take a quick 30-second SEC break right now on the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
This is Gino Kelly from IBEW Local 613. As I begin my second term as business manager, I'm working harder than ever as an advocate for change in the electrical industry and trying to help manage the skilled labor shortages that we face here in Georgia. Just like the Bulldogs go to work every Saturday, we put Georgians to work every day with the most highly trained, drug-free, OSHA-compliant workforce in the industry. Give us the opportunity to bid on your next project. Call me at 1-800-IBEW-613 or visit our website at www.ibew.org. Go Dogs!
Atlanta's news, weather, and traffic station. News Talk 750 WSB.
5:07 to go in the ball game. Dogs used their second timeout. They've got 1 remaining. Tech has 1 remaining, but the Yellow Jackets have a 10-point lead as the Dogs try to close the gap again. Again, they led at halftime 28-12, and then Tech erupted in the 3rd quarter for 26 unanswered points. And the Dogs have been playing catch-up ever since. Aaron White into the ball game along with Goodman and Harris. Shotgun formation, snap to Stafford. He's back, screen to the near side. One-handed catch by Marino. 35, 30, cuts back, fakes the man. 20, Marino, 15, and stopped by Morgan Burnett at the 13-yard line. That play gains huge yards every time Georgia runs it. Noshan Marino inside the Tech 15-yard line down to the 13.
And we're going into the hurry-up mode right now with just under 5 minutes left. Calling the play at the line of scrimmage. Noshan Marino again had to come out of the game.
1st and 10 from the Tech 13-yard line. Stafford takes the snap. hands it off to Caleb King, and Caleb King running to the near side is tripped up by Michael Johnson, the defensive end, for little or no gain. Clock moving at 4:33. That's King's first carry since the Florida game. So after a 24-yard gain on the screen to Marino, the Dogs get about a half a yard on the carry by King. It's second down and 9. In the shotgun. Snap to Stafford. He looks right. Now he looks left. Now he rolls left. Now he flings it into the end zone and out the left side of the end zone. Incomplete. He was throwing it away.
Good play by Matthew. Not a whole lot open downfield. As a matter of fact, nothing open downfield. Got out of the pocket and just threw that football away.
Stops the clock with 4:09 to go. 45-35. Georgia Tech is leading. They've scored, 33 points in the second half. Dogs, third down on the Tech 12-yard line. 3rd and 9. Marino's back in the contest. We bring Sutherland in motion. Snap to Stafford in the shotgun. Right over the middle. Caught! Green, get in there! Touchdown! A.J. Green was hit at the goal line, sidestepped a man, and then tiptoed across for 6. And there's 4:04 to go, and it's a 4-point Tech lead right now, and here comes the point after.
Good job by the offensive line. Good job by the backs as well, securing that pocket, giving Matthew time to find A.J. on the middle post.
Point after attempt by Blair Walsh is up in there. Good. Well, that's a field goal difference now. Back deep. Walsh kicks it high, end over end. Jones will take it on the 6 to the 10, straight ahead with blockers in front to the 20. Cuts out of a group to the 25. Far side of the field to the 30. Up the field, collides at the 40 with red shirts and pushes his way up near the 45-yard line. An excellent return by Roddy Jones. C.J. Bird finally with the tackle. That guy's had a heck of a ball game. Let's go down to the sidelines and Lauren Smith. Lauren?
Well, you saw that play developing. You could come down here, and I was standing by John Fabris, who just really almost collapsed. He was so frustrated. He could see it happening, too. You know, all I want for Christmas is 1 3 and out.
We'll take it when we need it right here. Clock at 3:53. Tech on the 44-yard line. 1st and 10. They lead by 3. Nesbitt under center. Handoff to Dwyer. Looking for running room. He's got a little bit of it up to the 50-yard line. A gain of 6. Looked like Tech may have jumped a little bit early, but there were no flags on the play. Ellerby making the tackle. Dwyer, 137 yards rushing. But Jones has been the dagger today for Georgia Tech. 214 yards and a ton of yardage on kickoff returns as well.
And as a team, they've got 406 yards now on the ground, and now they're going to take their time and try to milk this clock, shorten the last 3 minutes of this game.
3:10 on the clock. They're letting the play clock tick all the way down to 2 seconds, 1 second. Now they'll snap it, and Nesbitt is tackled, but he got the handoff to Dwyer, who jumped across the 50 to the Georgia 49-yard line. Rennie Curran made the stop. Clock at 2:54 and moving. It's 3rd down. The Dogs can't give up a first down here. They only have 1 timeout left, so the way the clock is, you have to stop them from getting a first down. 3rd down and about 3 from the Georgia 49. Tech huddling, taking time off the clock. It's at 2:30. Play clock at 13. Now they come up to the line. Nesbitt watching the play clock, letting it tick down. Long snap count. They send Jones in motion. Nesbitt dumps inside the left tackle up to the Dogs 45 and gets a first down. And that may have done it right there. That'll stop the clock as they reset the chains. But unless Georgia can come up with some sort of a miracle, that may be it. Clock ticking now at 2:09. Tech fans and their all-white Navy band starting to celebrate. Dogs on the short end of a 45-42 game right now. 1st and 10, Georgia Tech on the Bulldogs 45. Clock at 1:50. Josh Nesbitt standing behind center, watching the play clock tick down. It's under 5 seconds. Take the snap. Just run it to the right side. Tackled right there at the 45. Dogs take their final timeout. 1:36 on the clock.
That is their third and final timeout of the half. 30-second timeout.
It'll be second down for Georgia Tech. No gain on that run by Nesbitt. Journal-Constitution tells us that North Carolina State defeated Miami today 38-28. That's the final score. Well, the third quarter, Z just obliterated the Bulldogs. I don't know what happened there. Tech just exploded. We couldn't control anything. As you said, they continued to hit that right side of the line of scrimmage. They ran the pitch to Jones to the right consistently in the third quarter, and they scored 26 unanswered points.
Yeah, Tech came out and really started attacking the edge of our defense. The first half, they were trying to run up the middle and pound the running game right at us. Second half, they came out and really tried to attack the edge and did a good job at it and kept going to their right side time after time after time. And how many big plays do they have? How many big runs do they have? They really just put a dagger in us. And now, unless we get some kind of miracle, the ball is wet, mind you. Unless they put it on the ground, there's not a whole lot that can be done now.
That's the thing. They haven't fumbled today. They fumbled more than 30 times coming into this ball game. They have not put it on the ground once today. 1:36 to go. The clock will start with the snap. There's the snap to Nesbitt, and he'll keep it and run it to the left side and gain about 4 yards down to the 41-yard line. Third down. Clock at 1:20. We can't stop it again. Tech will let it tick another 27 seconds. That's what the play clock says. That'll get it well under a minute. And all we can do is stand and watch.
And this Tech offense, we heard about it coming in, how strong and powerful this running game is. And, boy, there's no joke about that. They've got a powerful and explosive running game that if you're not disciplined on every single play, they've got a chance to break the distance every snap.
They use their final timeout with 1 second left on the play clock. So there's 48 seconds left. 48 seconds left, and Tech will snap the ball one final time, and that's basically all they have to do to get out of here with a 3-point victory, 45-42, after trailing by 16 at halftime. And appropriately enough, a fog is starting to settle on Sanford Stadium, literally and physically. Tech on the Georgia 41-yard line. It's 3rd and 6. Nesbitt up under center. They send Jones in motion. They fake the toss to him to the left. Nesbitt will keep it and run to the right, and we'll knock him down right there. He does not fumble, and he's down at the 42-yard line, and that's going to be that, I do believe. Maybe a 1 second differential on the play clock and the game clock. So Tech will let it tick down to 1 second. And then it's 4th down, so then all they'd have to do is snap it, and that'd be the ball game.
That's right. Just snap the ball and run backwards. Don't put it on the ground, and the clock will run out.
Clock at 11. Play clock at 10. They do have to come up to the line of scrimmage and snap the ball because they'll be flagged with 1 second left. They don't have any timeouts left. There's the flag. Game clock says 0, but they...
Offense. 5-yard penalty.
They have to come up and snap it once, and then that'll be it. 45-42. A shootout here at Sanford Stadium. Almost 1,000 yards of offense between the two teams. Georgia with 488 yards of offense. Georgia Tech with 432 and 413 of that on the ground.
Just an unbelievable number. You combine that with the 472 that they put up against Miami. 2 pretty strong games for this Georgia Tech team at the end of the season.
Paul Johnson will get his first win over Georgia in his first year as Tech's head coach. Nesbitt takes the snap, backs up 5 steps, and kneels down as Tech rushes the field. And they want to get out there and jump on the G. They're right on the edge of it. And let's hope we don't have any after-game skirmishes. Tech now They're standing on the G. They're not jumping on it. And Georgia's mingling out there. A lot of these guys know each other. They've played with one another. And now the Bulldogs have to live with this for a year as that score is wiped off the scoreboards immediately. 45-42. Georgia Tech has come into our house and beaten the Bulldogs after trailing by 16 at halftime. It was 28-12. Tech wins at 45-42. The AT&T Call of the Game is next on the Georgia Bulldogs Radio Network.
Well, beyond the earth, beyond all things that gave us birth, we'll navigate the seas of the sun. If God is throwing dice and Einstein doesn't mind the chance, we'll navigate the seas of the sun. Infinity runs deep, eternity that we can keep. We'll navigate the seas of the sun. Flowers of our souls, purple, blue, and gold we find. To navigate the seas of the sun, so we know who we are. Even in this frozen waste, we'll navigate the seas of the sun. Living in this place, staring into space, we'll find.
Gators, quick throw. Mitchell makes the catch. He breaks away. 30, 25, 20. Veers inside. 10 breaks the tackle. 5 breaks another one. Touchdown!